came in kind of slow. Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents. You know what this is, the Collectors Lounge International Sunday Fun Day. For everybody who's actually here, thank you for being here. It's been an incredible weekend, and what a way to round out your weekend, but then be here with us. So yeah, thank you for basically being here today. We are one short today. We have actually two short, both Rich Reviews and 1-6 Figure Focus. Shane, they are away this weekend. But they'll be back next week. So definitely can't wait to see them. So again, thanks everybody for actually being here. We're going to have an amazing chat today. Some things might be a bit spicy, which I don't think they will be. I think it'll be handled in a very productive way. But of course, we're going to talk about the happenings in the collective community and everything else. So shout out to everybody out there and thank you for being along this ride. But I can't definitely do this without the esteemed, prestigious panel that we always have here. Just going to bring everybody in. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Hey, very good.
Man. What's going on?
Very good.
What?
So good.
Pop it, people.
Yeah, what's going down, man? So good to have everybody here. Joining me this morning or this afternoon now. We can actually say
afternoon here in the UK.
Afternoon in UK.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know how it is, man. So Ben, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing, man?
Well, it's my birthday. I've not drunk for about 3 years, and I'm on the Zinfandel. So watch out, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Ben. Everybody, shout out there. #, happy birthday, Ben.
Happy birthday, and many more.
Man. And many more.
There you go.
Things could get very silly.
Let's go. Let's go.
Pinky's out, ready to go.
Pinky's out. There you go. You gotta have that pinky out. There you go.
I'm good. It's. I feel like I'm representing the international element to the show today.
You're
all by myself, and that's a lot of pressure that I don't know that I could take right now. But yeah, no, it's good to be here. I've had a lovely day. Like it's been a low key one, like as most people celebrating their 23rd birthday, it's a low key one. Why are you laughing? Why? So it's just been me and the girls, and I've been spoiled, and she's given me energy drinks and McDonald's. She knows the way to my heart.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what it is.
I'm a simple man.
Good times, man. Good times, man. So glad to have you here. Lou, what's going on with you today, bro?
I'm good. I set my alarm. I was ready to go. I was like, all right, this is like the funnest day of the whole week. You know what I mean? We get to chill, talk, be collectors, be wise with our collecting, and collect for the sake of collecting, like we always do. Because that's just what we do, baby. And it's not just the figures, man. It's also what we consume visually.
Yeah. So you know what it is, man. We're here. You know what I mean? Like we're definitely here, bro. Like I said, that's what it's all about. Being here, being a part of this adventure, man. And just so glad to have everybody here. So we're gonna have a gracious conversation. But we can't do this without of course we know the man with the immaculate beard.
What's going on? And also with the blue milk.
With the blue milk.
Bantha.
So you are finally giving us the blue milk, right?
That's it, man. It's coming this week. It's coming this week, bro. I just finally got all the ingredients that I needed. A couple of them I had to order on Amazon, but there's some substitutes I'm gonna put in there for the recipe for everybody. Super easy, super simple. Came out good. My wife tried it and she was like, "Yo, I like this." I was like, "Okay, cool."
So she tried it and she liked it?
She tried it. She tried it and she liked it. She actually drank the whole cup. So I have to make more right now at this point. But yeah, so it was good. It was good. So I'm like, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, well, definitely. I mean, because here's the thing it's like, I guess it has to balance out because we know we got the blue milk over there. And
I know at Disney. I know. So I've been trying to look.
Theirs is non-alcoholic though. There's
non-alcoholic as well. Yeah, but this one is this one I just made is non-alcoholic as well. So I'm giving two different recipes. But I tried to figure out what theirs kind of tastes like based on people's description, and then try to create my own based off of that.
Got you.
Yeah, because I want it kind of similar. I don't want to just like throw some out there like that's blue milk, y'all. Like
similar but somewhat different.
That's Kool-Aid milk. Like, no, that's not what we had. So yeah, trying to be closest to the recipe as possible, though. Yes.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man. So good to have you here today with the Blue Milk.
Thank you, man.
As always. And let's address the chat. Everybody out there who's joining us this afternoon. We have Philip the Fool, Damon Zapp. We got Feezy Figures in the building. Renz Talentino. Lizzie Venus is actually. Thank you for being here. Brandon Salad. AJ Agrus is in the building. Who else we got? Malika Mabane. My God, Malika Mabane is always here. Thank you for being here, man. As always, Gilbert Amazon. We got Jonathan King in the building. Who else we got? Tully, Shiny is out there. We got 12-inch Moose Dream in the building. Let me see who else we got. K Carter 215. Let's see who else we got here in the building. Maniac Collects is in the building. Trevor Weed is in the building. I'm here, Trevor Weed. Real Limes is in the building. Figurassic Park, my boy. Figurassic is in the building. Damon Zapp, Windman 42 is here as well. We got Blitz 0065 in the building. Oliver Pilgrim, Jay-Z, or Jazzy. I'm sorry, I keep saying Jay-Z. Jazzy is in the building. We got
Jay-Z's in the chat.
Yeah, right. We got DT Art, man. We got Spice Runner in the building. As OG fan with Star Wars, or just Star Wars, is actually here. So we got quite a few, man, that actually rolling through here. And so glad to have you guys here with us. H Green as well. And yeah, we got everybody in here in the building to watch us today. So here's the thing. So I want to start this off. And again, we're going to start this off as gracious as we can, but I just want to get everybody's thoughts on this because I know I have mine. But I definitely want to get everybody's thoughts about this because this is something that's going around right now. And it's been, talked about. It's been something that's been floating around and there is a movement on it. And though the movement is valid, we have to definitely keep it constructive. That's the biggest thing is that, you can have your movements, you can have your say as to where you want things to be and, how, you may want a character to be symbolized. But at the same time, let's keep it constructive and not where it becomes really toxic and then everybody is just throwing flames, not only on the character, you know what I mean, but just everybody participating in it. So again, there is a movement going out there. So what we want to talk about real quick first is recast T'Challa movement. That's hashtag recast T'Challa. I know I have my sentiments about this because I feel as though there's two ways that we can look at this. Number one, I mean, again, we want what we want. As fans, there's certain things that we want. And also we know how important that, T'Challa is to the Black community, how he is basically to the culture itself. Seeing a Black, superhero on screen, somebody who represents you on screen in a leading role, not a supporting role, but a leading role speaks volumes, especially to a culture, and we know that we live in a more diverse atmosphere. And, again, everybody wants a level of representation after not, decades and decades of not seeing your face on screen. You want that representation. You need that level of representation, something that sits well with you and, you can be guided by that. And with this particular movement, I mean, I remember going to see, Black Panther in theaters for the very first time. And the first day we went on a Thursday night because it's always the day before they release it early. We went on a Thursday night. It was a fabulous film, you know what I mean? And of course, it was emotional for a lot of us, who have been waiting for something like this, to present itself on a big screen. But it was just such a diverse audience. People were coming in and supporting the film. The very next day, we had there was an organization locally here who actually put on an event at a movie theater where everybody was dressed in African garb. They had drinks, they had everything. It was just a celebration of richness, of wealth, but at the same time, it was again diverse. This movie, the first Black Panther, was a movement all over the world where everybody got involved. They participated. They celebrated this film for what it was, not just because, we're talking about another character in MCU, but what that character represented. Chadwick Boseman, who picked up the mantle of that particular character, took it to a level that, I couldn't even fathom. And even now, I couldn't imagine anybody else playing that role but him because of what he did and how he submitted his role. Now, with that basically being said, we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have, T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T'Challa. And we do have Wakanda Forever. We do have Black Panther. We do have T' We have the simple fact that, we know that in August, what was that, 2020, am I correct?
Mhm.
Is when he passed. And, basically the announcement came out in December that they weren't going to recast him in the MCU, which caused a stir. Some people actually attested that, he needs to be recasted because, number one, how important this character is, to the universe and to the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, also to the culture. And for like little, black boys basically out there looking for, an image or reflection of themselves on screen, it is very important to show someone in leadership role who's doing good, not just for the community, but for the entire world. And for the culture itself, a representation of what it is and what it means to be right, and do things the right way and to be reflected that way on screen. So we understand that. Also, the simple fact that, it just bridged the gap between so many cultures. It allowed us to see how rich in resources, how rich Africa can be and how beautiful it is. I love the way that was displayed on screen. And we got that. But now, again, with his passing, we know that it was handled a different way. They've filmed it, the Wakanda Forever is out there right now. We got that, that movie's done. So we know it's basically done. The trailer that we actually seen here last week was emotional. Every time I watch it, it's still an emotional beat. It's such a great trailer. I've watched it so many times. A lot of people are watching it. It is worth the hype from what I believe. But there is a movement of individuals who have, really been vocal as a simple fact that they want to see T'Challa recast. Also, some people who felt as though that, Marvel was using this as a plot device. They were using his death as a cash grab. And I was like, I don't believe so. I don't really believe so, because of the simple fact that, number one, everyone, who works at Marvel, everyone from the cast to the crew who knew him, not just, physically in a physical form, knew him as a friend, but spiritually as well, and how they connected to him. So when you see this, and we want what we want as fans, we want what we want. Sometimes we can have our own selfish intent. That's understandable. But we also, I believe, have to think about the cast, the crew, everybody who's basically involved, everybody who's been around this man for years while they were filming this filming this movie, that developed a relationship with him, a tight-knit relationship. I just basically felt as though if you brought someone in too early, then that is kind of like, to me, in my opinion, too early. It's like you're not giving him that level of respect that he deserves, and he deserves a proper send-off. I do believe in my heart that they're going to recast T'Challa, but I just think that people have to be patient and let this movie play out. There were also some nasty things going on around the simple fact that this film was showcasing a lot of females in the role. We know basically from the comics at one point when T'Challa was placed in a coma by, Dr. Von Doom himself, that Shuri picked up the mantle of, the Black Panther for a while. And and it was a point where there were two Black Panthers running around once, T'Challa came back into focus, but then she just decided to step down. But here's again, like I said, it was in the comics. Some people were like, well, that was later on. Okay, later on, that's understandable. But in the MCU universe, it's something totally different. This man has passed away, so they have to figure things out. It takes time. We want that, so we have to respect that. Number two, there are actors out there, if they were approached, okay? So who knows if an actor was approached and said, you know what, nah, it's not the right time. As much as I'm honored and humbled to play that role, I don't want to do it right now because I want to wait and let this man get the send-off that he basically deserves. Mm-hmm. I say all of that to say that I do honestly believe that he's going to be recast. But I think people just need to wait and let this movie play out just to see how it is. Who knows what they have planned? And again, this is still part of the multiverse. So who knows how they can reintroduce a character of T'Challa. Kim, I'm gonna go to you first, man, because I know that we've been talking about this now for a week. Yep. We've seen this thing play out for a while. What are your feelings on it?
I feel the same way. And majority of the things that you said, honestly, are 100% correct. And I think they really have to just give this movie time because you got to think about the work and dedication. I know that people are looking for scrap this movie, recast him ASAP, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you got to think about the 2 past years and the struggles that these actors have gone through all the emotions and different trials and tribulation, even with oh my gosh, what's the actress that plays Shuri?
Right.
So she had got hurt during this process.
Yeah, she really got
really
hurt.
bad, and still was able to come back and still put this movie together because you know, she knew how the fans were beckoning for another you know, Wakandan based movie. So I think people have to look at it from, you know, the inside out opposed from the outside, like, yo, we want T'Challa right now. But like you said, the next verse or saga that we're getting is multiverse saga, right? Yeah. So there's no endless possibility just to who can come back, how they come back, you know, because I mean, the only character that we've seen that look 100% alike is, well, 2, Loki and then Kong so far, right? In different versions. But we look at the outside then and we say, all right, Peter Parker's different for how he looks. Yeah. You know, and we whatever else character that we can even get from that as well. But I think, you know, people just have to let it kind of play out. But I feel like you said, this is a great way to give Chadwick Boseman a great send off as well. You know, just not scrapping him like they did Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when he got recast, it's like, oh, don't talk about it no more. Don't talk about Bruno, basically, like Loco would say, right? Yeah. So it's like, you know, this way you're honoring the actor still and grieving the process of him passing away before he could really complete this full lineage of the story of T'Challa. So yeah. At the same point, people just gotta just pump the brakes. It's all right. They Marvel, Kevin Feige and Marvel, they know what they're doing, man. You just gotta trust the process. That is all it is.
That's it is. Like, trust the process. And the thing is, it's like, and I'm one who literally wants to see this character recast. And I know it's going to happen. Yeah. I want to see it, but I'm at the same time, like you said, I'm trusting the process. Right. I'm trusting the simple fact that Kevin Feige and Marvel knows what the fans want. They know how rich this character is, and they know how to tell the story the right way. And I think that, you know, part of his death, to be quite honest, I think part of his death really had an influence on the multiverse. It had an influence on ways to kind of reintroduce or bring characters back in the fold. We know that in the comics itself, and Ben, you know this as well, that at one point, you know, again, you know, when they bridged the gap between the multiverse was destroyed, and they brought different character iterations into the Marvel, you know, the Marvel universe. We got Miles, you know, we got Gwen, we got all these different characters that were actually brought in, you know, from the multiverse that we see now. And this was based, now I'm saying this before the multiverse was restructured, because we do see a restructure of the multiverse now, even in the comics itself. But I'm talking about the iteration that we got in the very beginning. They can bring in a different version of T'Challa from another universe. I just think that it might take time. Or, again, you know, a character like Nakia might be carrying his child. Over time, you know, we could see that child, you know, take up the mantle of, you know, the Black Panther. Could even be given the name T'Challa as whatever. So here's the thing. There's ways to do it, and there's ways I think that it will be influenced to bring that character back to life. We just got to wait and let it play out and let things happen the way they did. I know people are like, well, if Nakia has a child right now, it's going to take a few years. Maybe it won't. There's certain things that have happened. And look, if we got certain movies like, you know, for instance, Endgame, Infinity War, where people were blipped for 5 years, they come back later and everybody's like an adult version of themselves because time has passed. You never know. Somebody can actually go through the multiverse, go through a different universe. Time can speed up. They come back a totally different person, or you can see the future version of that person come back themselves. You never know. There's so many different ways to spin the narrative. We just have to wait and see. Ben, you hear about this. You hear about the simple fact that, you know, this is what's been going on now. And again, my biggest fear is that, you know, as long as this hashtag recast T'Challa is going on, I think we have to, and it's okay to have that, because I like seeing that, because it's the importance of that character and how we love that character, and people are out there who really want it. My fear is that if the toxic nature of people who use things like that to try to come in to cause division will damage this film and the success of this film. But Ben, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm like, luckily, I don't think their voices will drown out the voices of love for this film. I honestly don't think, I think these whinges and moans are going to be drops in the ocean when it comes to the actual film. Namor's ocean. I didn't even mean to make that. But yeah, so I think it's going to happen anyway. So I think Silver Fox said in the chat, like, chill out, because this will happen. They will recast T'Challa. Like 2025 Secret Wars. He will either come in from another universe, and it will be the same character, but with a different face, or as you say, Leo, like with the sun, Kang can very easily probably turn a dime and age someone, and mess around with time and stuff like that. So who knows, something like that might happen, and that might be a way to kind of age up a little baby. So I do think it will happen. So that's the first thing. Just there's a couple of comments in the chat about patience and stuff. Also though, like there's been a lot of people kind of putting this in, framing it that it's a cash grab, and that it's disrespectful and stuff to Chadwick. But like, did you know Chadwick? I didn't. Like, like the people behind this film, the director, the producers, the cast, they knew this man. And this film, as much as it is going to be a kind of cathartic, grieving experience for us, it's even more so for them, the process of putting the film together and what that final product will be. So who are we to sit there and judge how they are choosing to grieve and honor and respect someone that they knew? Like, who are we to do that? It's just a standard geek thing, isn't it? Like, people think they own like T'Challa from the comics, like it's their character to go which way they want them to go. No, it's whoever picks up the story, they then tell their story. It's the same with Star Wars. Like, yes, it might not be to your taste, but it's their story, and unfortunately they're the ones who got paid to make it, and they're the ones who were entrusted by whoever originally came up with it, owns the rights, whatever, to tell that story. So if you don't like it, just go back and read the stories that you do like. It's a very frustrating thing. The last thing that I do want to raise as well is that, and obviously, white guy in the panel, I can't really comment from experience, but you speak about the power of like, a young boy of color seeing themselves reflected on the screen, how kind of pivotal that was, as a moment, as a movement. We potentially, nothing's been confirmed, but we potentially will have a female Black Panther now. So what about the little girls of color that now then see themselves, reflected on screen? Why do they not have that option? Like, why can it only belong to, the boys? Like, and it's that kind of, when people say, "Oh, I'm not sexist," but, and it's like, well, just think about what you're trying to take away from, and who you're taking that away from.
Exactly.
So, those were just my points on it. But chill out. It's going to happen. Secret Wars. We'll get a new T'Challa.
Exactly. It's definitely going to happen, and it's not. And I don't think it's going to be something that you can deny. You know what I mean? It will happen. It's going to happen, just like Cam and like we've been basically saying. Trust the process. Let things basically work out the way they should, because again, we're going to get the character that we actually want to see portrayed on screen. But again, I just think that the back and forth that we're seeing right now, it can be in a sense damaging. You know what I mean? To a film. I just, that's my fear. It's like, okay, you can have this, and I understand that. But just don't take away from the simple fact that, this film, or this film has been made, and I just want to put this up here so people can understand that this did happen in the comics. We did actually have Shuri as Black Panther. You have to do, this is a thing. This is a thing. So it's not foreign. It's not something, this was written into the books before the MCU even thought of bringing in the Black Panther, or bringing in T'Challa into the fold of the Avengers themselves, or just the movie or a single standalone movie. This happened in the comics. I need you to understand that. So for people who push back against that, understand that this did happen. It is something that did transpire. So if you see it on film, don't push back against it because it happened. Don't say, well, the MC was always trying to, demasculate. No, it happened.
Right.
You have to understand that it did happen. So don't get it twisted. But Lou,
anyone who says they're demasculated by seeing a powerful woman needs to think, what actually is it that is demasculine? Like, who is making that decision?
Exactly.
And how masculine are you in the first place?
Exactly.
That's true. I forgot who I saw. Somebody had posted something on one of the groups on Facebook, and a lot of people have been saying like, well, Shuri can't fight, right? And it was like, well, did you see T'Challa train? Like, did you watch him like grow up into this warrior fighting? Like, where did you get this opinion as far as like she can't fight? Like, just because she's smart, she can't fight? Like, you don't know what she know? Like, so
it was on John Campea, bro.
Okay,
John Campea.
Yeah.
I was watching John Campea,
like,
bro, and the thing is, as much as I like watching this show, I had to strongly disagree with the simple fact that it was like, well, she can't fight. Who know? Do you don't think that they're trained? You know what I mean? Look, people listen. I don't even want to get myself too much. I don't even want to get hype about it, bro, because it doesn't even matter at this point. But people have to understand that people, especially in Wakanda, everyone is trained in some way, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? We may not see it on camera, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. She picked up, like, literally, she was fighting at the end of the movie itself. She was out there.
Like,
exactly.
Obviously, she knows something. Like,
she went out there with gauntlets. Exactly. And she picked up the spear. So evidently she knows something. She may not have been able to. I mean, look, she couldn't. Even a warrior in his rare form, can't handle someone like a Killmonger or T'Challa. Knowing if they've actually taken the herb. So understand that, but that doesn't mean that a person has never been trained. And that's the problem that I think people are forgetting here. But I don't, it is what it is. I listen, my mom, and I can only speak to this, my mother, and there have been plenty of mothers who have carried children for 9 months. 9 months, eluded hours of labor in pain, giving birth to your ass is a strong woman. And I applaud that. My mom, when my dad wasn't around for a while, my mom picked up the toll. She carried us. You know what I mean? So there are strong representations of women in real time, real life. So just because you see these fictional characters on screen, know that we have real life superheroes every day in the form of a female. So that's what I would push back on. Lou, what do you think about all this, man?
It's just the internet doing what the internet does, man. It creates a monster. And we allow it. We allow it to. And this is when we start addressing certain things or feel like we have to address certain things. First and foremost, it's not disrespectful for Marvel to want to basically pay homage to someone that they've worked with, not for months, not for days, not for weeks, years. Remember, his introduction was Civil War. Then you have the Black Panther movie, and then you have, Infinity War and Endgame. This is time and time again that they've done stuff in secret. He's kept his, issues in secret with only a handful of people knowing his issues. And he gave us the performance, literally, of his life. You don't think Marvel and Kevin Feige and everyone who bonded with him there knew that he was an important role. He was an important person, first and foremost. And they wanted to give that person a proper send off. Yeah. You want to recast somebody? Let the man leave his legacy first. And if he's come and gone, let the people who remember him living praise him and show it affecting him or affecting them from him through them. Yeah. That's how you let someone live within your spirit. That's how someone lives on. It's the impression they leave on you and how they dwell through you, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that's what this film is going to be showing off. It's not about a cash grab. How dare y'all? The ones who are saying that, how dare y'all? It's not a cash grab. And not everything's about money. Because if it was about money and it wasn't about the emotional attachment, you think everybody who was involved in the last film is going to be in this film?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Because these people had a personal attachment to him. You know what I mean? You don't know what people go through behind the scenes. Yeah, we see the glitz, the glamour, and all that other stuff. But what do you know about the personal?
Yeah.
That personal. Because guess what? He kept it personal.
Yeah.
We didn't know nothing until the end.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to life and death, I handle that differently. That to me, it's sacred stuff. You stop it. You know what I mean? Stop it. Let the people express themselves. Some people in film, they'll do the memory of at the end of the film, X, Y, and Z, this individual, you know, birth and date, whatever. This right here is a film that it's not only about the character Black Panther T'Challa. It is about Chadwick Boseman and his impact, because he's not just Black Panther. He's Chadwick Boseman. He is a talented actor who had passed away that left a legacy behind, short-lived but not forgotten. And that's the point.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Yeah.
So now I got that out the way. This whole agenda thing, this agenda pushing thing, female stuff. Listen, it's not something that's new. We always had gender benders between Superman, Superwoman, Supergirl, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl. We have X-23 for Wolverine's character. Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you? It shouldn't. Yeah. It should not. You should not feel demasculated or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry, Leo, forgive me. Check your nuts at the door.
Yeah.
Check your nuts in the door. Mine's hang like grapefruits and they just chill. You feel me? I ain't worried about none of that. You feel me? Like behind every strong Black man is a strong Black woman, is the saying. Am I right or wrong, guys?
It's the truth. It's the truth.
That goes for anybody in life, because you have to be one crazy SOB to not think that a person is not as strong as you to be with you and ride or die with you. Yeah. That's another thing, especially if they would have your kids and birth them in this world. So, you know, let's take that another step. Why is such a stigma of allowing a female role take up the mantle of Black Panther and do it in a what I would call a tasteful manner? This is a tasteful manner to do it in. Granted, it's not one-to-one to the comics, but not everything in MCU has to be one-to-one. They didn't do it with Peter Parker. They definitely didn't do it with X-Men. They didn't do it with let me see. Who's another character that's been getting a lot of
probably say every single Marvel
bingo. I was waiting for someone to say
lifted from the books, you know.
Thank you.
It's their interpretation.
It's a hodgepodge interpretation. They take a little bit what they like and how they want to tell the story. It's a different way to tell the story. Now, I get it. We want the strong Black male to be represented as Black Panther, a king. I completely understand that. You want, you know, Black Panther, the one you read in the comics, out there. But there's more than just that comic. You know, there's different iterations, the different, you know, storytellings. There's the multiverse. There's all these other stories that we could, you know, tap into, and even stories we can't even tell yet because we haven't thought about it yet.
Yeah.
The writers haven't got there. Why can't a film be the one to be like, okay, let me take a turn and take a little bit of element of this and do it. MCU's been doing that already.
Yeah.
So allow it to happen. And granted, you got your fanboys, you got your ones who are hardcore, like, oh no, this man, kill that noise. That all that is a bunch of noise. You know, until you have facts and validation. The whole training situation, fighting, you don't see none of these individuals trained with the exception of Captain America.
Exactly.
You know, and that's another guy using Chris Evans' face the whole time. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, come on. Like, We live in an age of spoiled internet brats, and everything has to be now, now, now. Give me now. I want now. If I don't have my binky, I'm gonna go crazy. No, stop that. There's only one crazy person here, and that's me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm speaking facts to you. Get off of that pity party that you guys call your laptop, your computer, your phone, and get off of your Facebook, get off of your Instagram for a moment and look around you.
Yeah.
This is life. This is stuff you got to deal with every day. All this, hashtag this, push the agenda this, push the agenda that. Kill that noise. Because when you outside and you talk to an individual, do you talk about the same topics that you talk about here? I think not. Why? Because you're hard to face the consequences. You feel me? Because it's not like these keyboard warriors, like, oh, let's say if I was a keyboard warrior and I had a beef with Cam, and I say, yo, this, that, and the third, tough. And then when I finally see him face to face, am I saying the same thing? Am I singing the same tune? Most likely not, because this age is a bunch of soy boys and soy girls where they're so soft, they're quick to pop off at the mouth, but yet they can't back it up. Not even intellectually.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm not talking about intellect, because a lot of this is about, oh, I didn't see a train. Oh, I didn't see this. Then, of course you didn't see it. It's realm imagination. The fact is that people nowadays are so like gimme now and lack imagination.
I think you just got to wait.
I think the same people have tried booking flights to Wakanda as well.
They probably have. You wouldn't looking for it on Google Maps. Google Maps, like, where is it?
Look, we can go on with this all day. The point of the fact of the matter is, like I said, look, people, it's going to happen. I believe that we're going to see T'Challa recast. I just think it's a level of patience that we have to have right now, and just trust the process. Trust the simple fact that Kevin Feige and everybody out there knows how to tell the story. So we'll actually get what we want in a beautiful manner. But I think that right now we just have to let the story be told. And right now, again, who knows who could pick up? Yo, the way Angela and how strong Angela Bassett came across in this trailer, she could pick up. Now, I do want to remind you, if you saw the episode of What If, she was battling in that. Mm-hmm. So who knows who could pick up the mantle? We just have to wait and see. Anyway,
give us 4 Black Panthers: Okoye, Nakia.
And that's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. So it can actually happen.
You get a Black Panther. You get a Black Panther.
Exactly.
You get a Black Panther.
You get a Black Panther.
We're only a few months away, so let the process roll, and we'll take it with that and just let it roll out.
Yes. Quick sidebar, Leo. Oh, Cam. Ben, you already know that we were doing the whole Comic-Con thing. Everything was big. I went back and watched the entire panel, saw the introduction and everything. It was beautiful, heart touching. And with Namor speaking and stuff like that, basically he was saying, we made it. It's everyone's speech when you've been oppressed and been put down and told your whole life you ain't going to amount to nothing. And that's basically what that was. And it was so heartfelt. See, this is a cultural thing. It's multicultural, and you gotta let it happen. You have to let it happen, because it's not about black and white. It's about everybody. You know what I mean? This is everybody, and this is a bunch of mixed individuals coming out to show you a film that we're gonna love and enjoy.
Exactly. And just let it happen. Just basically let it happen. We're going to move on. Again, after we got that out the way, let's talk about some things that's going on in the collecting community right now. We got a couple of showings of different figures that dropped last week. I wanted to kind of touch on that and see where it's going to go. Wow. I want to start with this one, and I'm going to start with Cam first, because
let's go.
Cam, we got the Mark III, bro. We got the Iron Man Mark III from the first film. I know it wasn't the suit that you were expecting, but this is the one that they basically released. Because we got a lot of unexpected things that dropped last week. And this was one of them. Cam, what did you think about this when it's dropped, bro?
I was excited, bro, because of course I don't have this suit. Mm-hmm. I started collecting a couple years ago, so I'm behind on the times. But to get a 2.0 updated version, I was like, This is great, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that Mark 6 was gonna come out, like I told you
Yeah.
guys, because I was like, they did everything else in that whole entire Iron Man 2. And
Yeah.
now we're back in Iron Man the original. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man. So I'm like, are they gonna start dabbling in this more too now? Like, we're gonna get an Ironmonger 2.0. We're gonna get a I guess well, I think they did a Mark II, but the Mark II is quarter scale, is what they're working on. Because I know they already did the Mark I, because that was in last year's summer showcase.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what is going on, Hot Toys? What are y'all doing to me? Okay?
Yeah, right.
Because I'm already knee deep at this point in so many figures I want to get based on the next 3 years. Now I'm like, what you just adding more? Like, this is gonna be something I was gonna get like later down the line. The original version, of course, but now you got this out. I'm like, oh man, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Look at that. I can't even tell if the base lights up or not. I can't tell though, but I'm pretty sure that's photoshopped, or either lighting on the side with that like turquoise color in the helmet of the Ironmonger. But
Nice.
it just looks so good, man. It looks so good. The color is different. I mean, the paint application is different now. It's more of like that burgundy hot rod type red.
The hot rod red,
opposed to having that bright shiny red that they had previously before. And even the gold looks more of like a rustic gold opposed to like that super chrome shiny gold though. So I'm excited, man. I'm definitely getting it 100%.
You gonna get this? You gonna get this?
Yeah, of course. But it's gonna be like 2024 because that's what we're looking at now.
Yeah,
our projections. So.
Yeah, 2024 or whatever they basically see fit. Because it's like I said, mass production on this piece. It will happen. We know that Iron Man is a cash grab for them. It's especially over there in the the Asian market there, like they love it. So I mean, they're definitely going to say it was an opportunity to do it. Remember, we're going to start seeing more Iron Man figures drop because we had a lull for a while after Robert Downey Jr.'s pass. I mean, the character Tony Stark passing in the cinematic universe, ending with the Mark 85. So it was only a matter of time till they started basically going back and re-releasing certain things and revamping. Iron Man is never going to go away, so I don't want you to think it will. It's never going to happen.
Do you think even since they made this a 2.0, it didn't show us on here? Do you think this is going to be USB powered?
Surely,
it seems like the new thing now. Like it's like I mean, especially with like the problem with the lithium batteries in Australia. I'm pretty sure they're like, all right, we got to figure out a solution all around. For everybody.
And that's because if they don't, I mean, especially like that's money lost, especially in Australia, because you can't get this figure any other way because they won't allow it. So you're going to have to do it. And I'm kind of glad. Australia, thank you so much for doing that, because you have forced the hand of Hot Toys to stop giving us those ridiculous dumbass batteries that take 3 hours to get in. If you ain't got seeing eyeglasses, if your hands aren't really as small, come on, man, stop. I don't want those batteries ever again.
This has the batteries, and that's why it was so cheap.
Yes,
because they're like, we got to get rid of our figures because they got batteries in them. Everybody,
do the accent, Cam? Have you been working on it?
I haven't. Pop Culta. That's bad. That's so bad. Oh my god,
that's real bad.
That's so bad.
You started off good and then just failed, bro.
You'll definitely get there, brother. You'll get there, Ben. What you think about this, man? What do you think about this figure, bro?
So I don't have an Iron Man, and if I were to get an Iron Man, I think this would be the Iron Man. I think what it represents, the start of the MCU. This is really potentially one of the most iconic, suits. Maybe that kind of endgame suit, is up there as well. But I definitely think this is fighting for that first place. The upgrade in terms of kind of height and the overall finish and all of the kind of thingamajigs that are coming off of him, it just looks really impressive. I've always been a little bit put off by the price tag on die-cast, but then I've never held a die-cast. So I think the moment I put one of those in my hands, things might change. So if anyone's got a die cast they want to put in my hand, then I'll send you my address. That sounds
They're
weird.
very heavy.
But yeah, so I'm definitely interested. It's not like an instant kind of yes, I'm getting it or pre-order or anything like that. But I think if I were to start my Iron Man collection, even I haven't got any MCU stuff. So even if I was starting my MCU collection, I think this is as good a place to start as any. The one thing I would say is that I love like an elaborate diorama when it's the environment. But I don't know how much I'm into these like half characters or characters that have been like chopped in half or coming out the ground or whatever. I don't know whether I'm feeling that. Once you go die cast, you don't go back. Silver Fox said there. So there you go. There you go, Dan. But yeah, it's a beauty. That was my accent, Cam. Better.
So
really good.
So Ben, is what you said? If any type of, if there was an Iron Man to get, this would be the one for you, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So that's saying, everybody out there, you've heard this. Ben might actually get this Iron Man figure when it drops, and he has time. It's not something you have to necessarily pre-order, because I'm telling you, it will be available.
I'll be celebrating my 25th birthday.
Exactly.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Loco, man, what you think about this? Now, here, before you say that, because I don't know if it was Cam who said this. I think it was you, Cam, who said that this is not. Was it you who said that this is not an upgraded head sculpt like this?
Oh,
or
no,
it's not.
Me.
Was it you? Somebody basically said that it's not the younger version, that they basically used the Mark 85 head sculpt and just sculpted the hair differently. I think I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but they said that. And I'm like, well, I got to go back and look.
Yeah.
I really have to go back and look.
The paint apps have just been updated.
Yeah. The paint apps have, pretty much been. I got to go back and look, because I didn't really look at it and really understand it at that point, or really analyze it as much. So I definitely have to go back and check it out. But
if that's right, that could be how Hot Toys is going to make a lot of money in the coming years, re-releasing new paint apps of figures that we already have.
Yeah,
because that looks phenomenal now.
It does.
Yeah.
Wow.
It does. It definitely does. So I agree. So yeah, Loco, what you think about this, bro?
I knew this was coming out the following year after Mark 1. I'm like, Tony Stark is no longer Iron Man because he's gone. What Hot Toys is going to do? Of course, they're going to give us the reissue of Mark 3, and it was just a matter of time. They're going to keep giving us, neon text and holographics, to kind of milk off the masses. But it was necessary to have a Mark 3 because we didn't have a proper scaled Mark III. Everything that was coming up before the die-cast versions, they were really small. They were, smaller than most. And if you look at a lot of the Hot Toys now, they've been upscaling, including the caps. If you look at your first cap compared to your cap now, he's, about an eye and a couple of head taller. You know what I mean? So it was about time that was going to happen. But I'm happy it happened because I came late just like Cam did. I could get my hands on this bad boy. Because if I was going to get any of the Iron Man, it would be like the first 7 in a nice Hall of Armor, and then have Mark 85 in the middle with Hulkbuster in the background. Like those would be my essential Iron Mans to actually have in a display, because space is my nemesis right now. So if I have to, really, really go off of it, this is a must-have for me. It's the figure / it's the character / film that got me back into collecting when I was like, okay, I'm done with figures. I'm not going to do it no more. Just chase the girls, play video games, and grow up and just forget about all this. And then this movie sucked me right back into Marvel Legends. And I saw the Hot Toys one. I was gonna go and saw the price tag. I was like, no. Saw the die cast. I was like, no. And look at me. I got like too many figures of Hot Toys stuff. So so I could gladly say I'm not gonna fight that feeling no more. Like I'll be mad to not have this figure in my hand. So this is gonna be a must get, and I will get that special edition with the crushed helmet, because this base right here saves me for the space aspect, but you know me, man. You know me. If they have a figure of it, they will make it into a diecast if they haven't already. And I think due to the fact of the non-sales of the Hulkbuster, they're really waiting. They're really waiting because the first one, when it sold out, it started making buku bucks, and then they did their thing. But when Ironmonger came out, there was a lot of issues, cracked hips. You try to pose it, fall apart in your hand or whatever. This was a safe release as far as getting Ironmonger out. It's nice just to have it on its own display with the helmet, to the side, that little special edition piece. But I don't know, man. I really want a die-cast Ironmonger just to go with all the new stuff. But I get it. We may be a while before we do get it. But if enough people voice that they want this, because they're watching. They've been watching everybody.
Man,
and
they've been watching us for a minute.
A long time.
They've been watching us for a minute, man, for real.
USB USB characters, from Iron Man and whatnot. Now with Australia, we're finally getting stuff like that. Look at the 2020 Miles. Like that's a straight up Spider-Man with the USB plug in his back. Who would have thunk it? But I'm excited for this. This is an absolute do for me. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm pre-ordering first and how I'm going to break this down to the wife. Because every time I collect space, but it may bleed over, and that's the problem. It bleeds over. You're like, where's my space? I'm sorry, I took it over. This hot toy needs to be there. I need more Deadpools. I need more Iron Man.
Yeah.
And yet you're sat there asking for a die-cast Ironmonger.
Well, that's because I'm foreshadowing what I know what I'm going to end up doing anyway. So no, and you should be one with the universe. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. So here's one I want to kind of bring up because there's a couple of we talk about the things we know. So all right, let's get the ones that we know that we kind of already knew or expected were going to happen. So let's get those out of the way. Okay, we're going to get the ones that we knew was coming, the ones that we there was no way that you didn't see these coming out or we're going to make an appearance. Like for instance, this Jane Foster. We knew this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. They already basically showed. We knew it was actually coming. Again, look at those arms already. Like, look at it. But anyway, they're basically going to give us a Natalie Portman head sculpt with this piece. Sculpted hair. I've heard this basically in conversations that the sculpted hair is what people are like, wait a minute, come on, man. Do better. That this, sort of looks like a Marvel Legends figure. Kind of do better with the actual hair, the sculpted hair. Make it a tad bit better. Give us something that's a bit updated. And I'm like, well, see, it's tough because if they gave us rooted hair, would it be acceptable? Would we complain about it? I think that it would have been okay if they would have gave us rooted hair because again, but I guess it's hard to really tell. The sculpted, I don't have a problem with. I guess once we see the update, we'll be able to move on with it, what have you. But I don't know. I mean, I think the figure looks good, for what it is. We haven't seen the updated head sculpt. That's something that they're waiting on. They're going to wait to reveal later on. Ben, what you think about this, man? Is this something that you see yourself picking up?
Definitely, maybe. I'm really happy we have it. Like I campaigned for this. I love that original Jason Aaron run. So to be able to kind of represent that in a collection is fantastic. I know the film was very divisive just on this panel alone. I say divisive. I was the only one who bloody liked it. But I even in how much I've celebrated that film, this character did not have enough time for us to kind of fully appreciate her the way that we maybe should have. So it's not something that I'm like, gonna jump out and get day one. I think if there's maybe a bit of discount, stuff like that, if I can pick one up directly in the UK, then this is probably something that I will add to the collection, but it's going to be a wait and see. I see what people say with the Marvel Legends thing on the hair, and I don't know whether it's because it's blonde, it's such a fair color that you can kind of see the lack of detail, whereas that the kind of brown and the black hair kind of hides those sins a little bit more in the sculpt. I don't know. The one thing that I would say is that the chrome element to the costume, like that's not shiny enough. Like if you look at the actual film, it's really shiny, like it's a real gloss reflective surface, and the paint applications on the helmet especially like are quite matte and quite kind of flat, and yeah, that was one of my negative points. But yeah, I'm happy they made her. Hoping that Miss Marvel was next. And yeah, I probably will get her. But again, Leo, you say about those arms, and I'm just looking at that last picture. If you go back to that last picture,
which one?
That one. You can already see on that the arm that's holding the Mona. Like you can already see that potential for kind of damage in the long run, a bit of kind of crackage, and the way the skin is kind of folded a bit there. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah.
Not something you want to keep bent for a long period of time.
No. Definitely it's not a perfect figure, but we've got a figure of Jane Foster 4, which is great. So I want to support it, but I'm going to have to wait and see. I don't know if I'll be able to pay that retail price, especially with the way MCU prices are compared to other figures at the moment.
Yeah.
What's that about, right?
Yeah, MCU figures are going up in price for reasons that I cannot understand. Cam, what do you think about this piece, man? Is this something that you're going to get?
Yeah, but they're definitely killing me with that price, man. Like you guys said. 305 I think is steep for this figure. I mean, it comes with a few things, but it doesn't come with enough to be 305. I think it reminds me of how many accessories almost was it Angelina Jolie's character came with. So for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I want to add it to the collection because this, like Ben said, this is the version of Jane Foster and Mighty Thor that we are getting that was in the MCU. So it'd be great to have her as a representation in my collection. But I also am a little concerned about that sculpted hair as well, just because the articulation is going to be pretty limited as far as movement, and then I'm worried about it actually rubbing against the chest piece that she has as well. Like a little bit of the paint might rub off, or I don't know. So, like I said, we have so much time to think about it that hopefully there's some updates on it by the time we get there. But I'm glad we have actually sculpted hair opposed to rooted, because rooted would probably make it look like the Disney Barbie doll that they have of this figure. I'm pretty sure.
So, which is a good doll. Like that is
it's a good it's a good one. Yeah, definitely. But it's like, do I want to like put all that work into the hair? You know what I'm saying? And do all that. And even the head sculpt, that bonus special head sculpt piece, or that helmet, I would have liked that to actually have came with a head sculpt.
Attached to it already?
Yeah, like a damaged one, like one that was like beat up. Because when you put that new helmet on her, she just looked like she like forgot a piece of her helmet. And, like it's like, okay, all right, well,
I can't remember that being a thing in the film, like that.
It was at the very. It was towards the end.
Yeah, when she like finally like sacrificed herself, basically. Yeah, and then her lip was like gashed up, her eye was cut. It was tons.
She was more battle damage that.
Yeah, definitely a lot more battle damage. So I would have liked to seen that a little bit, but that's what we got, man. This is it. So we'll see.
Okay, Loco, man, you gonna pick this piece up, bro? What you gonna do, man?
Debatable. I'm not sure because of space. If I had the space, absolutely. I'm a fan of the Jane Foster Thor. This figure, though, with the complaints that I'm hearing right now, shame on you. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. When we had Peacemaker and we saw his arms, I didn't hear no one bat an eye and join in on the parade. You know, like, oh, his arms don't look the same and stuff like that. I know me and Leo said it, and we're like, yeah, you know, he need to hook up on the arms. Granted, we can't keep him posed like that, but even though they had to work on the arms, even if they didn't give us seamless, they had to work on the arms. Period. That was the argument that we were making. But we got seamless arms. We know the risks with seamless arms. But remember, they've been working better at it. We got Venom. Venom is like, I haven't heard anyone else complain about Venom other than the little peeling that was happening, but it's very unnoticeable. Thank you for, you know, the whole 303 and the Shinizu grease to keep them bad boys greased up for those who live in, you know, the crazy climates. But the arms, we've always got the arms, you know, and when we get the arms with the seams in it, we complain. We get the arms seamless, we complain. You know, we got to pick a lane. And then when it comes to the hair, I think going the sculptor route was the better choice versus the doll hair. And it's because Hot Toys don't do the whole rooted, you know, single strands and make it look all nice and pretty. You know, let the sculpt do its thing. You know, I don't see no one complaining about Thor when he had his, you know, beard out and his hair out. You know, it was bendy, it was posable. People were posing it, they were loving it. I think that this is just a little bit of Photoshop, a little bit of artist who was taking their time doing the photography and didn't know how to capture the lighting of the hair. And because the hair is painted the way it is, it's like a very goldish color. So it looks more like a SH Figure Arts where they're trying to replicate the blonde versus a Marvel Legend where their stuff literally looks blonde with no paint wash, no nothing. So, you know, comparing the Hot Toys to a Marvel Legends is disrespectful to the artist itself, period. This figure right here, you know, it has a labor of love. We're seeing it. It's just we're nitpicking, and we're nitpicking due to the price tag. I bet you if it was, you know, 160, 180, maybe even $200, you know, you get it. Hold up, Bob Dylan, what you got for me? But not Mighty Thor. No. See, the big guys, you have to. That's like, all right. If I get a truck, it's gonna fit in my garage. You know what I mean? I want a truck. I need a truck, but it's gonna fit in my garage. Thor, I need to see if she's gonna fit because of my display, the way I'm hooking up my display, not necessarily space. It's the way it's going to be set up. So if I have a section where it's just the females, I have to backtrack Shiri. I have to backtrack a lot of the females that, you know, came, and I think I have time to catch up and just put a section there and be like, baby, there's your representation to my daughter and my wife. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, I will figure out how I will do it. But, you know, space plays a factor. I'm thinking about Ironmonger because these are the things that got me into collecting again. It's Iron Man 1. This is not Thor, you know, and plus, you know, it's how much it affects me as a, you know, a young adult going back into collecting toys because it's like you question yourself about like, damn, I'm gonna buy toys again. You know, girls are not gonna think that's too hot. And then I said, F it, I'm gonna do all of it. Fuck you. Do what I want, and I'm good. At least I ain't doing, you know, none of the above, if you should say. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's finding the space because, you know, I'm a Spider-Man junkie. I'm a big heavy Deadpool collector, and right now those wells are running dry a bit. With the exception of Spider-Man, you know, we're gonna get tons more. Which I know that's gonna be the next topic. But yeah, you know, it's a nice piece. It looks great, and it's just finding a slot for her in the display where is she going to fit in as far as visual appearance, you know. But also, I still collect these little guys. You know what I mean? I gotta find space and find a way to get rid of some stuff, put some stuff in. You know, it's a juggle. You know what I mean? And my man Bob Dylan, just gotta say, not everyone has the mansion you got, brother. I know you got the collection, my man. You the goat when it comes to space and showing it in your face. You know what I mean? And I love you for it, bro.
Yeah,
I think part of the nitpicking. Sorry, Leo.
Go ahead.
as well is also that we haven't seen that head sculpt, and yet they're still asking us to commit $305 without seeing the whole thing. Like, we, like, what are we giving you our money for? Like, I think that's cheeky.
Yeah.
Well, they're giving us that dark side Anakin vibe when it comes to like this extra accessory piece and how much do you really like it. Like, honestly, for me, I don't need the accessory piece because I don't want her in that final battle look anyway. Also, the price for that, having that little extra piece, I don't need it. But I will wait just to see how the head sculpt looks, and I'll still wait. Why? Because not a lot of people are going to like this film. Well, they don't like this film. They might like this character. They may not grab her, not for that price point.
Yeah,
not for that price.
So here's the thing, and people, I've said this. If I'm going to actually commit to getting this figure, they're going to have to give me a Valkyrie first. If they have to give me a Valkyrie first. If I don't see a Valkyrie, I'm definitely not getting this piece. That's just the way. And as much as I wanted a Mighty Thor, I actually have one already. I have representation down there with a third party piece, but this
all
would be
diecast.
incredible. Yeah, all diecast too. This would be incredible, but again, they got to give us a Valkyrie first. I am not, and I repeat, I am not getting that Mighty Thor, not this Mighty Thor, but I'm not getting Thor. I'm definitely not getting that at all. My resolve after that film, no, I'm not getting that figure, but I'll get this. I'll get this, but in order for me to get this, I'll have to have a Valkyrie first. So what
if it go down to Taskmaster price?
What, that Thor?
Either of them.
I don't know, bro. I don't know as much as
if this figure goes down to Taskmaster price, count me the fuck in.
Yeah. I here's the thing is because if it goes down to that Taskmaster price, which I basically got my Taskmaster for like $78 shipped.
Yeah.
So I got it for $78 shipped. If it goes down to that, I'm all in. Okay. I'll take that every day, all day. If it goes to that, you know what I mean. But as far as that, I don't know. We just have to basically see. I mean, here's the thing. The fun part about this, number one, is the simple fact that we are going to get a head sculpt. That's the upside. The downside is if you don't give us a Padme, if you don't capitalize on her Nike and give us a Padme, that's going to be a miss for me, and I'm going to be extremely upset about it. But again, I can't be that needy person that is always feeling entitled. We just have to wait and see and give the fans what they think they want. Before we get to the other one, the other figure that was released, I want to talk about this one. I want to talk about this one that came completely out of nowhere, but at the same time, we know people are listening. They are watching. They're listening to us. They know that we want a revisit to like old figures, classic, figures that we know that they could release. And just kind of revamp and give us an updated version of it. Robocop. They give us this and this is from Robocop 3. We're not talking about 1 or 2. This is basically from Robocop 3. They are giving us this particular figure with the jetpack. We do see that armor with the hint of blue, like that hinted blue, like it's supposed to, like that tinted blue. I do like that. That's incredible. So it looks great. I, for one, am excited about this piece because number one, I didn't actually get the original, Robocop. So to see that they're doing this now, it's a dangerous place to be in now because it's like, now I got to get that Ed 2. Oh man, now I got
You know it. You got
it already, don't you, Loco?
Hell no.
You don't
I
have
got I got the 3-0 one. I got the 3-0 Robocop from the 2014 movie, which I thought was okay. I actually enjoyed the movie. Yeah. But this is my Robocop. And the reason why I say this is my Robocop, this is like the moment where he went into superhero mode. He's like, oh, I can fly now. And then he has a rocket launcher for an arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, it was over. It was over. That was the only thing separating him from, other weaponry, if you will. You know what I mean? So master targeting, he didn't have to, run and chase you. He'll be either on his bike or in his car. You know, whichever were. You know, I watched the cartoons, and the cartoon, he had a bike, but definitely this is an absolute buy for me. Absolute buy. I missed out on the first two that came out. You know, the battle damaged 2-pack, and then the one in the chair, and then I think they had another one loose, right? That was by itself standard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm not sure, to be quite honest.
Is it battle damage one they did?
Was it the battle damage? I thought he was either with the chair or with Murphy. I think one or the other. But either way, I get Robocop with his extra little chopskis, right? And if I just want a regular Robocop, I just keep those off and just put them like that.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting this piece, man. I've been waiting because I missed out. I've been waiting for a revamp on this. And when I saw it, that's just like, yo, they are giving me all the feels, because first they give me the Wolverine that I wanted. And now they're giving me this, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, this is classic for me. I love this. This photo right here is crazy. That's like a movie still. This is basically straight off the poster. So I love this piece right here, man. I cannot wait. So, Local, this is a get for you. You're getting this.
Oh, this is an absolute get. This is hands down get. This goes with the Iron Man. It has to happen. It has to happen. Same thing with Vader. Has to happen.
It definitely is. It has to happen. So
Vader. Yeah. Let's go, Cam.
Oh God.
This one too, guys.
It's all in his shirt. It's all in his shirt. Look at his shirt. That's what's going through his head.
4 times 3 equals Robocop.
Equals 2. Everybody's like, math is wrong. That's not right.
Yo, so are you getting this piece, Cam?
I know. I don't think I I mean, it definitely resonates me because I saw it when it came out. I had to sneak see it with my uncle because my mom, I think when it let me see it, I think I was only like 6 years old. So great movie. I thought it was a past its time as far as like effects, you know what I'm saying? So I love the movie. I love the whole entire saga and series of RoboCop. Those mouths, man, gotta get the mouths. It looks good though. It looks aesthetically, it looks amazing, honestly. Oh man, and that's what I was just thinking to myself. Does the side of his leg open up so you could put the gun back in?
Yes, it does.
And it does, which is super cool. Oh, this is kind of hard now. Oh,
yes, it does. And you get the battle. If you get the special edition, you get the battle damage chest plate with the
stupid leg compartment. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's a pass for now, but we got 3 years to think about it.
Now.
So it's like,
You definitely got 3 years to think about this piece, bro. I think it's to me.
Yeah, this is obviously the superior RoboCop. I mean, this one is still better than the remake that we had like in 2016.
Yeah,
that was weird. That was weird. That was garbage.
Yeah,
they shouldn't remake that.
You were just waiting for Lou to go off and start slagging off the film that he said he liked.
Yeah, I had to wait
for 3-0 figure there. Poor Lou.
Lou, did you like the revamp, bro?
That's what he said, wouldn't he? Like, he's
did
got,
he?
I think he said he's got the 3-0 figure or whatever. Like,
did you like the redo?
He's still
there. You there?
Lou, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
Did you like the redo, bro?
I liked elements of it, not all of it, because it's not like the first one. The first one was like, give me that X, baby. You know, like literally give me the blood, the guts, the sex, all of it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't hold no, all of them, not one, all of them. Get in those guts, let it bleed, and all that. You know what I mean? I don't care. Listen, you have to understand that the caliber of artistry between the first RoboCop and the revamp, it's different. I can appreciate it and like it and enjoy it from one spectrum, but if I was to compare the two, there's no like what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. The classic is always going to be, what it is, and and I know in my heart that this is going to be a figure this is definitely going to be a figure. I know in my heart, bro. I can't say it enough, but I know this is going to be that one figure that Ben's going to get. I know Ben is going to actually get this figure. He cannot wait. It's going to be in his home. It's going to be in his display. He got room back there in his module cases. He's sipping that. Ben, you're getting this, right?
Yeah, why not? Let's get it. Let's get it. No, look, like it's a funny one, and I said this when I hopped on your show the other day. Like, I am actually very new to Robocop as a franchise. So I used to do a show called It's Not That Bad, where I'd invite people to come on and defend a film that generally people might not like, but they really love. And one of the films was Robocop 2. So as research, I actually finally watched Robocop 1 and Robocop 2. And I was just like, it just completely blew my mind that I was never into this already, because it has everything that I love about movie making that, you know, all of the other franchises that I love have as well. And that it's just, it's that 80s, early 90s era that is just golden, you know, for this type of film. So, but you know, when you're like, you're still very new to something, and you can't match that passion of like Lael, you know, who was there at the beginning. Like, I feel like I'm late to the party, and I'm like trying to like drink really quickly so I can keep up and get on a level with everyone, you know, like yeah, Robocop. Yeah, no, I love it, man. That's how I feel. So I do love Robocop, but I'm very new to it, and because of that, I don't know whether I'm at the point where I can drop, you know, £250 of my hard-earned cash on a figure. But then when it comes to figures, I honestly think, in terms of movie design, nothing is more toyetic than Robocop. Like, it looks like it was meant to be a figure, like, all along. It just looks so damn cool. Highly impractical, but just looks so damn good. So yeah, I'm with Cam. Come back to us in 3 years, and we'll let you know.
We'll okay.
We'll reassess then.
So we're going to reassess that. Okay. So,
and I need to actually watch Robocop 3. I've not seen the third one yet, so I need to. Maybe that can be my homework for next week. Well,
watch all three. Watch all three.
I've watched 1 and 2.
I've changed your mind.
Very recently.
Watch all 3. Yeah. So, what about this, Ben? What about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? What about your Tobey Maguire friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that you could actually complete that No Way Home line? And look how beautiful.
He goes into this like enabling mode, doesn't he? He puts on a little voice. He leans to the left, and
I'm just saying,
starts his work.
Well, let him go into Mr. Clean mode, and then it's over.
Oh shit!
Like,
clean out your wallet.
This piece is gorgeous. Like, it is a phenomenal looking piece, man. Like,
that's the image right there that you're gonna pull me in on. That one.
This is a phenomenal looking piece, bro. Like, literally, like, what do you think, man? Like, is this something, you know, that you're thinking about? That, you know, look at that head sculpt, bro. Man, come on, man. That's
the image right there. Like, this was not on my radar. As I said a couple of weeks ago, you know, Garfield is now my Spider-Man. You know, I've reassessed, I've rewatched multiple times, and you know, Garfield is my Spider-Man. For me, he just kind of gets it in and out of the in and out of the mask, and he kind of nails that character. But this was my entry into superhero movies. You know, this era, this period, I had only just started kind of learning what a comic book even was after watching like X-Men the animated series and the Batman movies, and then this film came out and the original X-Men films came out, and it's like the rest, as they say, is history. So Tobey holds like a very special place in my heart, like for nostalgia. And this head sculpt, I'm gonna say it's a 10. Like, I honestly, I cannot fault it. And one of the things that I have heard is that, you know, they've de-aged him a little bit, like he looks a little bit younger than he actually did in No Way Home. But at the same, for me, that's brilliant marketing, because it means that he can fit into those older setups. If you want to
Yep.
recreate Spider-Man 2, if you want to recreate Spider-Man 1,
Yep.
like, but he
Diverse,
can
like
also
a more
fit into that.
diverse figure. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's genius, and it's perfect. Like for me now, and remind me of this, chat. I want to hold this as my benchmark as perfect and 10 out of 10. Whenever I say in the weeks to come, oh, it's perfect, say, Ben, is it as perfect as the Tobey Maguire head sculpt? And I will relook at this and think and compare it to this, because this is one of the best head sculpts I've ever seen. And I didn't want it. Now I want it. Fuck my life.
You know what? Here's my fear, Cam. This is a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a prototype head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this before, where they
This
give us an
all the time.
amazing head sculpt. There's an exception, because that 2-pack Boba Fett with that Tamora Morrison head sculpt is brilliant. Probably one of the best head sculpts of 2021 I've ever seen in my life from Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
They killed it. This is a prototype, not the finished product, a prototype.
Yeah.
So when it's time to release and we get the production photos, as brilliant, it has
And
10
like
out of
that.
10. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for this piece. A 10 out of 10 piece for me. It's going to change, bro.
Yeah, I know.
And that's my fear,
Yes,
is that it will change. That's my biggest fear, is that we're not going to see the same thing when it comes to this sculpt. It's not going to look the same. What you think?
Like you said they're listening, and I hope they really are listening and not, just hearing us at the same time. Hope they realize that, what figures we say need improvements. By any means, we're not the artist, but we know what we want on our shelves at the end of the day too. So for me, I like Ben said, this head sculpt is perfect, dude. There's nothing they need to honestly change about it at all. All the way down to the detail of the little piece of the suit that actually covers the part of his neck.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be sculpted, but it blends in so well as far as textures.
Yeah,
You cannot tell. You can really not tell that is sculpted opposed to the material that actually the suit's built out of. Yeah, this is probably going to be like one of the scenes I need to recreate right here. I was on the fence about that integrated suit for a while. But how can I not have it now? It's like it's a must to recreate this. It's like, come on, man. It's hard. It's
still tough for me. Like, it's still, that integrated suit is still tough for me.
Yeah.
Not something that
okay. I see.
I don't know. It's still going to take me a while to kind of warm up to that integrated suit, because I just don't like the design.
Right.
I didn't like the design in film. And then on top of that, like I said, the way it comes with the tentacles, even though, I see that, but he didn't use it.
Right.
And we didn't see that iteration at all. So that's what I'm saying.
Or the wings, right? I don't think he used the wings either.
He used it before.
Right.
He used
it. Different suit, I think, right?
Yeah. In the actual. So yeah, that's my only thing, inaccuracies there. But it's not a big deal. But it's just that suit, I don't really too much connect to.
Question is, layout.
Wow. Yeah.
Do I pick up this Sandman base separately? Say, for example, I don't get Toby, I decide against it or whatever. Do I pick up the Sandman base separately, or do I just go for that third-party Sand Fighter?
Both.
Is the base sold separately?
No,
but I will. Okay. I'll find it.
Oh, you mean the third?
Dodgy bloke or something.
But you're talking about getting the third party, right? Sandman.
Yeah.
I think it still looks kind of good too, to be honest with you. Like,
it's exciting as a Flint Marco fan that I now have options. I didn't have anything, and I'm now like a Sandman fan, pig in mud, and I've got options.
Both.
Yeah. Interesting. Can Loco. I already
Absolutely.
know. I was about to say I already know.
Yeah, he loves Spider-Man. You know he about
Bro, this is my Spider-Man that I grew up with watching. I took one of the hottest girls I dated in my life, next to, not even close to my wife, but at the time, because young, hot, the whole nine. Saw this movie. I didn't pay
Wait, you were
no
hot?
mind to her. Wait. No mind to her. This is the emphasis. She was hot. She was hot. But my eyes was glued to Toby and Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Him as Spider-Man. I didn't even pay no mind on my date. I was excited. I was like this. I need to go to the bathroom. Shh. Not when Spider-Man's web is swinging. No. Not while he's swinging. Listen.
One of those web.
Oh, no. It was webs everywhere, baby. I'm just saying. It was... Nah, but
booty box about to pull up in a second.
Oh, listen.
What is it, web?
Spider-Man web. Spider-Man. Nah, but definitely. This is a must buy for me. I gotta complete the trio. Sandman base all the way. Like, that's one of those bases that I can actually keep in the display that makes sense for me. But I'm going to get everything anyway. When it comes to the No Way Home, I really told myself I'm definitely going to get everything. It's just how I'm going to display it. It's going to be different than what other people may see. But I'm not going to get to there. When I get there, you guys will see it. I'm not going to say no more when it comes to that. But when it comes to this figure, I'm so happy. I was going to pull the trigger and spend like almost twice, if not almost close to 3 times as much as this figure. When No Way Home was here, I was like, oh no, my wallet, oh no. And then this comes up, I'm like, yes. It's like when your favorite team wins the Super Bowl or the World Cup or whatnot. You know what I mean? You go nuts. So I'm so happy for this. This is gonna go great with my set, but I'm gonna try to sell you guys on the integrated suit. I'm gonna try to sell you. Aesthetically, it doesn't look like what we wanted, right? It would have been better if we got just traditional classic suit, right? It just having all 3 in classics. But hear me out. We're never gonna get a reissue of the Iron Spider suit again, unless they pull a rabbit out of the hat. And if Hot Toys are gonna do it, if you're gonna do it now.
I don't care. I just don't like that suit. Yeah. I didn't like the Iron Spider suit, and I don't like this integrated suit, man. So I just don't care.
Yeah.
They can not reissue it all they want.
That, always honors the comics though, and finds a way to lift from the comics and do it in an inventive way, but still looks like the thing. Like that suit looked nothing like the Civil War suit that Stark puts him in the books. Like I was just like, that is a horrible thing on my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, the Iron Spider suit to me looked more like a Ben Reilly Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
You get me? And that's why I like it, because I love that iteration of Spider-Man costume. If I could have that costume right now in a 6 scale form, I'll buy that in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? That's Ben Reilly. That's my Scarlet Spider. You feel me? But I know I tried, epically failed, and Leo's like, hell no.
I just don't care. Yeah. Don't, because they had a chance to do it, and they lost it with me. Yeah. Like they literally did lose it with me. So it's definitely not something that myself I can see myself getting. I mean, I know it's going to be for other people out there, and that's fine. Just not for me. That integrated suit, I definitely don't need at all. Yeah, I don't.
I can't see a lot of people actually buying the deluxe version with that base now, because okay, we have all the characters almost, and it's like, all right, well, why would I want to buy that? I mean, unless you really don't have space, you really don't want the Doc Ock. And if they don't sit there and improve the head sculpt on the Doc Ock, then a lot of people probably gonna be passing up on that too, and might just settle for the third parties that they might have had previously as well. So,
and Doc Ock technically at the end wasn't part of the
Right. He
That
wasn't
is the
fighting
stuff,
him.
wasn't
He
it,
was
mate?
like,
yeah,
but they have him included in the base. Like he's like, what?
yeah, like he's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So with that basically being said, though, right?
Mhm.
So when we say you would almost have to get it, with the base, and that we know that base is a deluxe version.
Right.
Are we okay in saying that if we do it, that we're also okay with this 445 price for it?
Whoa!
Hell no. Hell
What?
no.
Holy
I
hell!
hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen that. Oh my god!
Hell no.
That's
Are we
ridiculous.
okay with that though?
No,
No.
we're not.
No. No.
I'm not all right with
No.
it.
Iron Man price.
I love how they
$445.
like put it on a, in that image. They like put it on a plaque to try and make it look like,
Bro.
a statue or a museum piece, so they can
But
justify
it's
that ridiculous price.
Let me. What's the collector's edition? Even the collector's edition is 300. So the deluxe version, so that's the collector's. The deluxe version of it is 445, and the deluxe, it's 440. Like literally,
do you see how many payments you can do on here? It's like 8 payments. I've never seen it that high. Like 8 payments on something.
But what's Vader like? Vader's like 240, 50, is he?
I was like,
he's 3.
It don't even never go that high as 8. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Vader's 330, the deluxe edition.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
and that's worth it.
Right.
And that's the stuff you're getting for that. And, you get nothing with that standard version. Like
this one, you get like an extra
445. Everybody out there in the chat, let me know.
Damn you!
Do you think this 445 is worth it?
Nope.
Saying that, I'd pay 200 for.
I mean, literally. Now, mind you, the sculpt is worth the price of admission. Jonathan King said, "I'm fine with 300." I feel you,
right?
But I mean, if you want this base with this figure, are you okay with paying 440? And this is 445, right? Without shipping. We're not even talking about the shipping. I see somebody out there. We got Toy Box said got mine 415 shipped. That's decent. Did you use points, Toy Box, or what? Did you get it from? Did you use points for it? Like, let me know, man. But
he did.
Yeah,
he had to.
I mean, is this 445? Because I just saw it, and I'm like, wait. Are we okay with 445 shipped? Are we really okay with that, man?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like earlier I mentioned about me not having any MCU figures in my collection. I will never have an MCU figure in my collection if this is the prices that they're asking.
445 shipped for the head sculpt, and you're paying that much for a base that you may not have space for.
Right.
So you're better off literally if you don't want it, and which I can care less about the base is okay, that's cool, but I mean, if you're looking at just the 300 version, you know what I mean? This is 300, the $300 version, regular edition. I mean, you're still getting, look, and the thing is, the price of admission is not the base itself, it's the figure and how well you can pose it with the other figure.
Head sculpt, isn't it?
And the head sculpt. You know what I mean? But do you necessarily need that base? So, Lou, would you get it with that base, bro?
Oh, I told you I'm going to complete it, but I didn't say I was going to pay that price. I didn't say I was going to pay that price. Listen. I'm a New Yorican. I'm a Puerto Rican, and you know what we need to do where we're Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
we hustle. We got the ground. We're going to either use some points,
God damn,
or we sacrifice something to pay off something else. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Lou, Lou, you know what we need to hear, right? Cam, we need to hear it. We need to hear it, Cam. We need to hear it. We need to hear it, Cam.
Get it, Cam, and I'll buy the base.
Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam.
Holy hell!
There we go. That's what I'm saying, like straight up. Cam, can you justify this price, bro?
No, I can't. I can't justify insanity. Okay, by any means. It's. I don't know, man.
Crazy, not stupid.
I'm just hoping, everybody else sees this price. We all just let it sit. It goes to Toys Wonderland, and then we all just get it for $200. Who knows? I don't know. It's basically just it's like a payment and pray that you get it.
Mhm.
That's it. So it's like pay and just hope it comes to your house. That's it.
And you know what? As much as a safe zone it is to get this figure through, sideshow. You know what I mean? Because it is a safe space to get
Right. Yeah,
that figure through
100%.
sideshow because of the simple fact that you know what you're getting. You know, accessory wise. I mean, as far as the insurance on a figure, you know it makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's that. With that basically being said, that's fine. You know, I'm cool with that. That's fine. You know what you're getting. You know what you're putting stock into, and that's okay. You know what I mean? But my point is, I want to find out, number one, who else is selling this piece, what they're actually selling it for. Can we get it at a better deal, a cheaper deal? I'm actually going over here now. My computer's running back a bit slow. But I'm actually going over because I want to see, who else is selling this, what they're selling it for, because that, to me, that's steep, bro. Like, I mean, look, I know it is a must buy for everybody, but for the amount of accessories, and is it a must buy that you're willing to basically break the bank for, bro? That's what I'm saying. Like, is it worth that? Is it worth you going down that rabbit hole to get this piece? You know what I mean? Like,
I got the alternative for you, man. That third party Sandman. There you go. With that price tag that you got here with the Hot Toys, yes, it's not official. Everybody likes the official tissue, but me and you are no strangers to third parties, baby. And the third parties has been what you call it. They've been the sneaky grails, if you will. You know what I mean? The sneaky ones. Because if you had it at a small, for a small portion of time, it's sold out. It climbs double, maybe almost triple in price, depending, how long it took Hot Toys to actually drop one. But they didn't drop a figure of Sandman. They dropped the base. So if you want an actual articulated figure with, some Popeye arms, spiked arms, whatever, and look like a man made of sand with the soft goods, third party is the way to go. You can have your representation either way. And it's an alternative that actually gives you a full figure with some accessories versus it being just, a giant paperweight. Yeah. So, that's why I said, buy the two, but buy wisely. I ain't buying this for this price. Oh, no.
Yeah. We got a super chat by Mr. Sketch 22. My computer is just running so stupidly. It just does this. I need to get this thing updated. Here we go. The pricing recently has me checked out from buying Hot Toys. I got my classic suit from the PS4 game, and I'm good. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Like, these prices, man. Like, now the thing is, I did go over, like, because I want to pull this up real quick. I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna go into Toys Wonderland because again, I'll always use them as basically like.
About them right now.
What'd you say?
Yeah, he's having a bad experience with them.
Yeah, I know. So did you contact them?
Oh yeah.
You got to tell me.
There's been some back and forths, baby.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Have they shipped it yet?
Nope. They've got.
Oh shit.
I'm allowing them the extended time that they've told me that there's a backlog or delay or whatever of 7 working days. So I'll give them those 7 working days, and that will bring us to Wednesday. And if nothing's moved on Wednesday, then I'll be get going.
I would hit him up tomorrow.
On Karen. I
would definitely hit him up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Okay, so I'm just using them as an example. So for the regular version, or actually it's the deluxe version, regular edition, it's $389.18. For the Neighborhood Spider-Man, collectible. So here, look at these prices. So $255, that's second batch. $367.49, that's the first batch, because they go by batches over there, of course. $405.77, but then $469.57 first batch. So these are the prices that are actually rolling out through them. Even if we look down at Jane Foster, $239.89, 255.07 first batch. That's the 239.89 is the regular version. 255.07 first batch, 303.69 second batch, and then we actually see so on and so on with like Robocop and Iron Man. So if we go down though, look at the price for Vader. Like, look at the prices basically that you see for Vader in the Star Wars figures. You know what I mean? So again,
yeah.
But the shipping is ridiculous over there at the
exactly.
moment.
It is.
Yeah,
And that's the problem. So there's a no
It
way
hooks you in.
Yeah. So there's a no-win scenario at this particular point when it comes to what we can get, you know, as far as pricing, it's a no-win right now. Like it really is, but it's more so with the Marvel figures. But we're not seeing that price hike on Star Wars figures. You know what I mean? It's just the MCU now, which has me questioning. Could this be because actors are requesting more money for their likeness? Could this be basically it's costing it much more money for the likeness and that the licensing for it? You know what I mean? Like we're kicking in gear. They know that they're making a lot of money from could it be that? You know what I mean? Because
100%.
these prices, man, I don't know. And I want to hear, that's the person I wanted to hear from was Riley.
Yeah.
He said, you know, the problem is that we have seen these prices from the jump with the Lux Thor. Marvel license is becoming extremely expensive when compared to Star Wars Vader being $330, Cad Bane $290, but Thor $345. Yeah, you're right. Riley, all in, bro. But see, the thing is, I know Riley, he don't give a fuck. He's still going to get this.
He's still going to buy it regardless.
I don't give a shit. I'm getting this figure, and I'm right there with you, bro. I feel for Riley, I want this for him because he's been
Riley's going to like cancel his studies and everything just to get this
I want
figure,
this for Riley because, like I said, Riley's gonna get this all day. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Even on other sites, I just looked. It's still high. Like on Big Bad Toy Store, you're looking at a $46 non-refundable fee, but then it's $4.59 for it. But if you go to, there's one other one that was on here. Oh crap, what was it? God, I just had it on here. Oh, I think
this
it's
This is the moment, guys. This is the moment.
One six kit. Dude, you look, total price is $544.
Damn.
And then it's a deposit of $100, but it's $544 total. And I'm like,
but that's a Hong Kong reseller, right? One six kit.
I believe so, right? Yeah.
So why, compared to Toys Wonderland, why are they? That's bonkers.
Yo, I don't know. As dope as the size is,
size and weight.
Yeah,
think of the box.
That's the truth, and that's the thing. And you're right, Lou. Size and weight is what plays heavily into those DHL shipping prices. Like, like, I think I'm checked out. I think I'm really. I got to stay in my lane. The thing is, hopefully, companies like Toys Wonderland. Or other companies will mark these shits down if they occupy a shelf life for a certain amount of time. But I don't know. I here's the thing, and I would advise this to anybody: if you want it, if you really, really want it, again, there's payment plan options. You see with Hot Toys, with Sideshow, they have those payment, options there. You can do that.
Can I say this real quick, Leo?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
The only thing you're in a rush and a time frame for is these small special editions. Okay, you got holograms with Vader, you got lightsabers with Ben Kenobi, you got.
I'm glad you brought that up too. Go ahead, keep talking, Lou.
You got this ridiculous extra bendy arm for that Sandman base, which is I don't care for that. You got the battle damage for Robocop, the chest plate. You have the little Gatling gun for Wolverine, but I went and fell for it because I wanted that whole display with him, clawing up the Gatling gun. That's just me being, a little nitpicky. And then I think I'm missing someone else. Oh, Jane Foster with the helmet, and a couple other people. Help me out, Cam. Is anyone else?
Bob Dylan was gracious enough to actually go through and get because he did this from. He cropped out the special edition so we can go through them. So this is the Sentinel forearm that comes with the Wolverine figure. Mind you, I'm getting that Wolverine figure. That was a
Yeah,
day one for me.
I already have mine's locked in. I got my
That was a day one
ready
for
now.
me. Again, I was all in. So we see this, like we see it, all these accessories, special edition accessories, stuff like that, right? That's coming with them. But I don't think, even with that said, I don't think that these special edition pieces are worth those prices, bro.
No,
definitely.
But
not.
I'll tell you the 3 that I'll get. There's 3 that I'll actually get, and that's
This is one I'm getting.
Yeah.
I had to get this.
Nah, I couldn't get that. I couldn't get that. I couldn't see myself getting.
Need, but I mean, again, it's Vader.
No. Yes.
This I need.
Yes.
This I need. This I'm not going to front. This is worth the price of admission because that chest plate, that battle damage chest plate for this figure is phenomenal, and I want it. So yes,
is that how you display it then with the damaged chest plate?
Yeah,
I probably would because I love the battle damage. I don't know. We would have to see, but this is definitely yes.
Every 6 months.
Don't need.
I'm like, I don't really need that either. Like,
I like this, and here's why. That's a precursor to Ironmonger that we may get in the future.
Yeah.
So I will get that and have him crush it if I'm going to have Iron Man on the base, or just put the helmet right there on the little diorama since I'm going to get it with the diorama anyway, and have Iron Man go against Ironmonger. Have like a little storytelling, on my shelf. This is one of the ones that I actually will get. So the Robocop, this, and then the Gatling gun for the Sentinel. That's it. Anything else to me? You can take it away.
So we have the Doc Ock tentacle for that special edition. Yeah, and we have the battle damage helmet. Like Cam said, if it came with a sculpt, it would have made more sense.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I'm just. And shout out to Bob Dylan. Thank you again for cropping these pieces for us. Bob Dylan is my guy, bro. I love him.
Good job, man.
He's just that dude. Good job, Bob. That's your new nickname.
Good job, Bob.
Good job,
Bob.
That's your new. Everybody hashtag. Good job, Bob. That is Bob Dylan's new nickname. Good job, Bob. You like Better Call Saul? Good job, Bob. That's the show.
That's it. It's over.
I can see that on a billboard now.
Right? Good job, Bob. That's his new nickname. Yes,
I hope
Lord.
this name pushes Bob Dylan to do live streams. I hope this pushes Bob Dylan to do live streams so we can see his entire collection.
He said better than Booty Bob. Booty Bob. Booty Bob. No, good job, Bob. That's your new nickname, man. Going forward, hashtag good job, Bob. Yes, good job, Bob. My guy's in the building. But yes, again, I'm just basically, like I said, I wanted to put that out there mainly because, again, we're looking at these figures, man. We're looking at basically what we're getting. We know what we want. We know that they know we're going to pay these. That we're going to pay for these figures because we want them. But I just the price, granted, this is a beautiful figure, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I cannot take it away from nothing in this figure that I can actually say doesn't. It's the price of admission, but not the price for me. You know what I mean? Like, if I told Toya that I was paying $445, she would whoop my ass.
Oh man, I wouldn't be on Collectors Lounge International anymore if I told Grace.
Yo, you would see if I, you know what? It's like we would be live on screen, and you would see a message come across my phone. And you probably hear some footsteps coming down the steps, and she whooped my ass live so everybody can see. She would put paws on me.
Please stop!
Exactly. She would literally put paws on me for doing that. So I don't know, man.
You'll see Leo's logo on the camera and then you hear all the noise in the background. Are you out of your mind?
Holy hell, me, bro! Like straight up pause. And she got that tiny voice. It would go up quick. She would put hands on me. So yeah, I'm very respectful. We got One Pouch Man with the $5 super chat. I am all in because I need this guy in my collection. I have over 200 Hot Toys and I am not buying as much now. This guy is
nothing
a
left
piece of Americana. That's the thing is, One Pouch Man, I agree, bro. Like it's worth. Here's the thing. I'm just stuck because my commitment will always and forever be with Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob Dylan says safe word is Jen Urso. I'm done.
Oh God.
No, One Pouch Man, I believe that, bro, because the thing is it's a dope figure, and that's why it's gonna be hard. I don't think like passing on it. You know what? I would have to have a whole bunch of points. Maybe that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have some points to put down on this thing because, man, I'm telling you, I
told you points. I'm not buying it for that price. That's gonna sit for a bit. The only thing is this: how much am I willing to accumulate from Sideshow?
Yeah,
to pay for that. Because remember, space is the number one enemy for most people. Most people. Because if you live in New York and you have an apartment, you don't have space for that. So you gotta liquidate your stuff and then purchase more stuff to develop points and then get those that 10 or 20% off if you're lucky, or $20 off. They don't even give the 20% off no more, unless it's already on there. But it's a strategy game now. Now you play chess with your wallet, the releases, volume. It's a different type of game. This is not Marvel Legends, and this is pushing me more back into Mezcos. That's why I've been bringing them out, because you know what, for 6-inch or 1/12 scale figures, they nail it, bro. And you get both comic book and movie versions depending on their flavor. They've been slacking though. They're becoming the new hot toys in this 1/12 scale community. But I digress with that. The money for this, no points.
Yeah, for sure. And who knows?
So I would need a relative to die for me to be able to.
Don't say that. Shame on you.
We got plenty of time between now and then, because like I said, we're talking about a 2-year hiatus. Like it's going to take about a year or two. When is this supposed to be released?
So it's I think it says Q1 of 2024, but you're looking at if you do 8 payments, right?
Yeah.
To do a payment plan, the payments will actually start on March 5th of 2023. So if you accumulated points all the way up to that part until like February, and then you want to drop some points on it and then start a payment plan, then you'd be able to get the full 8 and break it up into 8 payments that way.
Yeah. And that would be worth, because it says what expected to ship October 2023 to March 2024. So again, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that we got.
Do you feel hostage to the hobby? Because figures like this make me feel like I'm hostage to the hobby, because it's so damn good. And it's such a special character for a lot of people that you're like, you just like, you feel like you got guns on your head and you're like, I need to get it, but you're killing me. You're literally killing me.
Like you are really emptying out my pockets right now.
Yeah, that's not hostage to the company or whatnot, or the hobby. It's more of you're hostage to the addict. This is your addiction kicking in. You know what I mean? Versus it being the hobby. Because if it exactly, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what we normally do. We take our hard-earned money, buy this plastic, soft goods, and all that, and bring that all in. But
real quick. Breaking news, and I got to put this out here real quick. Shout out and rest in peace to Bill Russell. He is a staple, and Bill Russell passed at the age of 88. That just came out. Boston Celtic legend. So shout out to Bill Russell. I'm my guy. Straight up, that was just basically announced. I just seen Brendan put that up. So rest in peace, Bill Russell. You are a legend, always will be a legend. And there's, I can't think of, the NBA without thinking about someone like you who paved the way for a lot of us, even being politically active, in the community as well. And also, using the game of basketball as a platform to kind of inspire. So rest in peace, Bill Russell, man. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, just passed away, bro. Just
Crazy.
yeah, just saw that. So rest in peace. But yeah, Lou, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But that price, hell no. Like I said, you got to make sure that you got your points set up and you know what you're getting into. Now, points come in many forms. You can buy yourself, portraits, figures, little tchotchkes from Sideshow, and you develop your points like that. All fine and dandy. The problem is this: space and what people actually want to buy, because people don't want to buy for the sake of buying to get points just to get a figure at a lower rate. So the only other option is playing the blue screen game, which is the game that I like to play. I wait about a year or two or maybe 3, depending on how long the figure sits, and wait for it to be liquidated so that way I can actually have it in my collection. Granted, we're talking 4 years from now. We're talking four or 5 years from now, trying to get something at a lower price because the price, range is too high. Now, if my money go up, maybe we're talking a different game. But right now, we're not at that point. Right now, it's everything else is going up. Inflation, if you want to call it. I call this the actor tax, Marvel tax, nostalgia tax, and then just for the hell of it. And just for the hell of it, you got to remember, just for the hell of it happens often more than not.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, the price for me, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we know that it's a gamble right now, and the thing is, a lot of figures right now. I'm not even, to be quite honest, I'm not even focused on new releases. I mean, new reveals. I'm waiting for the releases that I've been waiting on for the longest time that I already had paid off. I'm waiting on my Bo-Katan. I'm still waiting on my Ahsoka. I'm waiting on Cable. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm waiting on those particular figures to take up more precedence for me than these other releases. So when they come, that's fine. I'll definitely get them, but I just don't know if I'm going to get the deluxe version. I'll just put it to you that way. I don't know if that base is worth me paying that, but I will get the figure. I'll get the figure, but I'm not doing that. That's just going to have to sit for me, man. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, man, it's been a great discussion today, man. Everybody out there, thank you for coming on board. We have hit that almost 2-hour mark. Lou, I'm going to start with you first, bro. What you got going on, man?
Man, possibly geeking out later tonight. S-Beam, if I could stay up long enough and join his stream before I go to take a nap before work. Maz's channel on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, geeking out, and possibly say what? Never know until I get an invite. You already know. Well, I make space. Wednesday. All right, there you go. See, I always wait. I like to be rotated so that way I can actually spend time with family, catch a nap, do some other things at the same time. Give time for other people to shine, because I'm not the only one here on YouTube. Just like this hardworking man over here, I like to make my cameos. So there's other people. Other people need to get in. Cam need to get in there. Ben needs to get in there. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday. Big shout out to you.
Happy birthday to Ben. He's getting his drink on.
Yeah. Thursday.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Here you go. Cheers.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go downstairs pissed, and she'll be like, "What did you do on that?"
Oh, baby, I said you want a cheers. Here you got a cheer. Oh, cheers.
Chin.
Oh yeah.
Chin.
So Thursdays, best of the best with Brother Cousins. He's back from vacay and whatnot, so I might be there as well. Don't know yet. I'll find out towards the end of the week. And then Friday, you already know, with the guy up here above me, Figure Flex Friday. Remember, it's the Mega Flex.
Yes.
Hashtag Mega Flex.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So
Okay. And then Saturday, half shell Saturday, you know, me and brother cousins, we're gonna come back at it again, hit you on that Saturday. So full-fledged week, and I might throw a little something in there Wednesday or Thursday, you know, but you have to like the this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification on this channel. The same for brother cousins that I go to. No, not Cam. My boy brother cousin. I'm just pointing in this direction because he's my partner too. You feel me? He's my partner in crime. You got to go to Cam's collectibles, go to his sub notification, all of that. Attention seeking geek, our boy Ben, birthday boy, you need to go and get him up there. You need to get his numbers up, okay? He needs to get to 1K as well. Just like me, we need to catch up to big brother over here, you know. And then for me, you know, just go and take a look. You know what I mean? If you like it, you don't, you know. But I'm a strong arm you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't, I'll be knocking at your door.
appreciate that, brother. We got a $19 super chat by Jonathan King. Great show, fellas. My favorite part of the Sunday. Praise Chadwick, praise Bill Russell, praise the chat. Thank you very much for that, Jonathan, man. I appreciate you on that, man. Everybody. And also, basically, I put out a video this morning. A video actually dropped. It premiered this morning of the transport trooper and the assault tank commander. It's take your position. Watch that video. Hit that like button. If you haven't already headed over there, do it now. Make sure you do inspire that. What's going on, Cam?
The pose that you had.
When he's like,
help me. And I'm like, I was like, oh, that's dope. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I was like, I need a
Appreciate
transport
that, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, man.
I was like,
Appreciate that, man. I had so much fun with them, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
those troopers are incredible. I would suggest getting them because they will be grill pieces, and you can get them cheap on Toys Wonderland right now. Anyway, Cam, what's going on for you, brother?
He's like,
What's going on, man?
It's like, stop plugging their ass. So yeah, man. Thank you for having me as always, bro. Great Sunday. Glad to be here with you guys. Great way to end the week and start a new week coming up now. So I'll be dropping the recipe tomorrow for the Blue Panther milk, as well as some photography as well, so you guys can check that out. And on Thursday, I'll actually be dropping the actual video for how to make it at home and with Cam's cocktail. So hope you guys get a chance to check that out on Instagram, man. Thank you for having me again. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
milk my Panther tonight.
Riley, thank you so much, man. Let's get Leo to 3Ks. Yeah, man, I'm almost there. I'm thinking about 140 away, 130 away from 3K. So definitely, man, spread this to your neighbor. Let's get it up there. Thank you, man. Ben, what's going on with you, brother?
So I'm at this horrible stage where I'm like waiting for shit to come before I can make some content. So like hopefully this saga with, you know, a certain seller wraps itself up, because I'm sat here, right? I've got my backdrops, like I've got Stan Lee in his black shirt ready to give him the spider suit. I've got a bloody Amazing Fantasy, a little mini Amazing Fantasy 15. You know, I've got my sneakers, so I'm ready to go. I just need the actual thing would be good. So hopefully that arrives at some point. And also, I just ordered from WWE shop. And I've previously put together like videos of some of the stuff that I've got from there. So I've got some fun items coming. So I will hopefully put together a fun video to accompany those fun items, and it will be fun. So head over to Attention Seeking Geek on Instagram and YouTube, where it'll be fun.
Yes. Make sure that you do so. To my guy, all day, every day, Attention Seeking Geek. Come on, man. Get everybody. If you haven't subscribed to all three of these individuals right here, my brothers, make sure that you do so. Again, thanks everybody for being a part of the show, man. You make Sundays the way it is, and it's so fun. It's an enjoyable show for me, man. Everybody out there, love you guys. Again, tune in. We'll be back here next Sunday. Same discussions as always, talking about what's going on in Figureland. If you haven't become a member of the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, make sure you basically do so. And let's just keep this ball and this train moving forward, man. But in the meantime, man, it's not all about, collecting what you love, but collecting in general, man. Peace and love, and y'all have a great Sunday. We are out.